What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD mobile video. So today I decided to share with you guys my top 5 weapons for Season 1. And just so you guys know, this is just my personal top 5. It has nothing to do with the meta. It's just the top 5 weapons I like to use when I'm playing this game on a regular basis. Okay, so now that we have all of that settled, so now that you guys know that some of these weapons won't even be part of the meta, if not any. So yeah, let's get into number 5. So number 5 that we have here is, of course, the ICR. So I had a very tough time choosing between the M4 and this weapon. And I decided ultimately on the ICR because, you know, throughout the times I've been using this gun, it has been like very consistent. When it comes to the M4, it's not really consistent. Sometimes it'll take me like 5 to 7 shots to kill someone, sometimes even 10 for some odd reason. But when it comes to like the ICR1, it usually kills in a consistent 4 to 5 shot, no matter how far you are. You guys do have to keep in mind that this weapon has far more mobility and stability as well. And just to top it all off, you could actually have a 50 round fast reload, whereas with the M4, you just have a basic 50 round reload, so it's going to take a little bit longer to reload. So unfortunately, the M4 has to fall behind this time around. So the next weapon I'm going to be covering in the number 4 spot is, of course, the QXR. So I have been using this quite a bit, and I do have to say I have been enjoying it. I mean, this weapon is very fun to use. You can pick off people at a pretty good range. Like at medium ranges, this thing could get like a 4 to 5 shot kill, which is absolutely amazing, because if you do that with the MSMC or the Fennec, that's like a 7 to 8 shot kill. So like I said, the range of this weapon is absolutely amazing. The only caveat to this whole thing is that you do need the enhanced bolt perk in order to actually succeed with this weapon. Of course, you could do like pretty well without it, like if you're very careful, but you know, in most like face-to-face gunfights, it's in your best interest to use that perk. If not, you're going to be screwed most of the time. And I do also have to say that, you know, using this weapon does feel nice, because I kind of felt bad because I never really got to experience this weapon in Modern Warfare 2019. So I'm glad that I got a second chance to, you know, use this weapon to its fullest. So now let's move on to number 3. So the third place spot is going to be given to the AGR. So I have been using this weapon way more than the QXR. This weapon is, like, I feel like this weapon has a lot of variety into it. So of course you could use it as an SMG, or you could use it as an assault rifle because of the mag options that you have. So they do have the 5.56 rounds that you are able to use if you want to use it like an assault rifle, and of course you have the basic SMG rounds, which is the 32 round mag that makes it pretty versatile in close range. So I do understand that Ferg and Bobby Plays and every other YouTuber out there has pretty much said so much shit about this weapon, saying that it's not really worth using. I say differently because, you know, I've been using this weapon a lot, and this thing does have a lot of good qualities. Like, you know, having that damage boost once you put that 60 round mag, and the fact that it's 60 rounds to begin with is absolutely amazing. And there's no difference when you there's no difference between the 30 round and 60 round mag. You are always going to reload at the same speed. So while this gun has a lot of good features to it, like being a hybrid SMG and an assault rifle, there are some downsides to it. So of course, if you add the assault rifle rounds, your gun's going to slow down significantly, because of course the bullets are more stronger like compared to the SMGs. Another issue that you might face with this weapon is of course the stability. So, you know, you do need to use some grips as well as a compensator if you want. If you're really good at recoil control, you could always slap in a suppressor, but you know, if you're someone that's still mastering it, you could always of course use the OWC compensator. So yeah, that's pretty much the AGR 5.56 for you. I mean, this weapon is absolutely amazing. I love the fact that you could use it as either an SMG or an assault rifle. So yeah, this weapon's pretty versatile in almost every way. So in the number 2 spot, I could not help but give this position to the FR 5.56. So I know a lot of people don't really consider this to be a meta weapon. A lot of people think that it sucks, but if you do have the right attachments, this thing could be an absolute beast. So one major complaint that this weapon receives from like pretty much any player that uses it, whether they play on ranked or not, is of course the recoil control. So at first, I thought the recoil control was extremely bad, and that wasn't until I saw Ferg's video where you actually have to put the steady stock in order to alleviate all of that horizontal recoil. So once you actually put on the steady stock for this weapon, it pretty much makes this thing into an absolute beast. All the horizontal recoil that you once had pretty much goes away. The only problem is that it does have a slight amount of vertical recoils, but you could always put on a grip or put a rubberized grip tape on it if you always want to like just alleviate that issue. So probably one of the biggest selling points of this weapon for me is definitely the range. So you do kill in 4 shots pretty consistently. There's not really a lot of hiccups that you have with this gun. Of course, if you're having range issues, you could always put an extended light barrel, because like by the time you put all the attachments on, like you have like one more left to use. I mean, you don't really need a lot of attachments to dominate with this gun, at least in my opinion. But of course, I always use either a monolithic suppressor in the barrel or the compensator just to alleviate a little bit more vertical recoil. But if you're feeling a little bit daring, you can always put an extended light barrel to increase your range by 20%. Another cool thing that this weapon does have over other weapons is like the very fast reload. So if you do manage to put the fast reload on as well as the sleight of hand at the same time, this weapon pretty much reloads like the OG sleight of hand that you would see in Black Ops 1 or in Modern Warfare 2. And let's not forget to mention how badass the legendary for the FR556 is. It's probably one of the best ones in this game by far. The only downside, of course, is that the death effect is really annoying and super loud. But yeah, other than that, this weapon skin is absolutely amazing. I mean, even with the diamond skin, this thing looks awesome. So yeah, this weapon is definitely deserving of the number 2 spot. So now let's move on to number 1. So I know a lot of you guys probably saw this coming because you would see this weapon a lot in the background gameplay on certain videos that I would make for you guys. So yeah, the Razorback is definitely by far the best SMG in this game, and probably the best gun, at least in my personal opinion. And that is mainly due to the fact that it has one major thing, which is of course the rapid fire perk. So back in season 13, of course, the Razorback finally got its legendary skin, but it also provided another feature, which like I said is the rapid fire perk. So if you did manage to buy the legendary variant, you do have instant access to that perk. But if you don't and you want to unlock this perk, all you have to do is get 2 headshots in a single match 20 times, and this works similarly with the diamond challenges. You cannot do this all in one game. You have to do this all separately in 20 different matches. So while this attachment does take a while to unlock, it is definitely worth your time because it makes your gun just a lot better and much more lethal in close and even medium to long ranges. So a lot of people have told me that, you know, the rapid fire doesn't really make too much of a difference with this gun, but I do say differently because once you actually use it, you'll start to feel it. I mean, it hits the targets way faster, like the proof is in the pudding. But anyways, yeah, that's my number 1 weapon, the Razorback. So I know this might have caught you guys by surprise, and I'm actually surprised that this weapon is actually not in the meta. But I'm hoping at some point it does, because, you know, this video will probably get a lot of views for actually talking about this weapon. If not, it's probably not anyways, so it doesn't matter to me. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe for some more COD mobile content, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.